For decades, we believed we understood the American wilderness. We, the intruders, crunching through the snow. Our presence warped their reality. As a result, we have only ever seen the performance, the adapted version of the wild.
We thought we knew the grizzly. We thought we understood the wolf. We were wrong. This ends tonight.
Ghost Eye, prepare activation. Not just a drone, but a silent, high-altitude observer.
Equipped with military-grade thermals and an 800mm equivalent zoom lens, ready to command the wild.
Throttle up.
Piloted by a veteran whose body might have failed him, but whose mind still commands.
We leave the ground behind. We are no longer human. We are a phantom in the sky.
Up here, the air bites with icy teeth, and the silence is absolute, save for the wind's ancient song.
This is the domain of the unseen, the unobserved. Elias is detached, a ghost, commanding the wild.
This is where our true mission begins. We seek the original intelligence.
The mission is simple. Find the Titan, a legendary grizzly, and the Obsidian Pack, a wolf family vanished entirely.
Processing anomaly. Thermal required.
To find them, we must see through their world, not ours.
Switching Ghost Eye to infrared spectrum now. The Phantom's vision must now pierce the absolute cold.
The temperature of the air, the density of the shadow, every variable accounted for as the sensor prepares to fire.
See now in heat, not in light. The world is reborn in fire and ice. We hunt the ghost. Our target, the Snake River. A lifeline in this frozen expanse. A promise of sustenance. And there, where the river bends, a flicker of intense heat. There he is.
The Titan.
Through the icy glare, a colossal figure emerges. It's him, the Titan. He is a scarred monument of fur and muscle, weighing nearly 900 pounds. An truly ancient king. Usually, we see bears in the rapids, swiping clumsily, frantic. But the Titan is doing something else. He is standing perfectly still, not in the churning rapids, but in a stagnant, shallow side pool. The audience expects a splash, a lunge, the familiar chaos of a bear hunt.
He is waiting. Unmoving. A statue carved from the wilderness.
From this vantage, we saw what no ground observer ever could. The Titan wasn't just waiting.
He was working. His massive paws, dark and powerful, were submerged in the icy water. He was carefully nudging large, jagged river stones from the bed, pushing them with immense strength. He was not acting on mere instinct. He was calculating. He was shaping his environment. He was building a dam. A precise, intelligent act of engineering, narrowing the fish's escape route. The water, previously calm, begins to shift, its flow subtly redirected. The dam takes shape. This was not the clumsy brute we thought we knew. This was a deliberate structure, guiding them into a trap. Not a random collection of rocks, but a deliberate structure, narrowing the fish's escape route, guiding them into a trap. He was building a dam. A precise, intelligent act of engineering. This was strategy, not random collection of rocks, guiding them into a trap. This was not the clumsy brute we thought we knew. This was a mind at work.
He's trapping them. He's an engineer. The trap was set. Now, the waiting game.
The immense form of the predator became a silent shadow in the blue light. The trap was primed and waiting. The fish, disoriented by the Titan's cunning, swam right into the snare. This was calculated design. He waits. No luck involved, only the perfect execution of a planned maneuver. The moment arrives. It's a single, precise movement, the accuracy of a surgeon. Surgical precision, zero wasted energy. The fish is gone. The River King had claimed his prize without a drop of wasted energy. Utterly efficient. The River King had claimed his prize. But what happened next defied all our understanding of primal hunting. He doesn't immediately devour it. Instead, he moves with surprising grace, carrying the fish toward the bank. He was stockpiling, not for immediate hunger, but for a future need. He was preparing for a storm, a blizzard brewing unseen on the horizon, one that our advanced sensors were only just beginning to detect. The wilderness was planning. The Titan, the ghost bear, seemed to sense our phantom presence. A primal intelligence recognized an alien gaze. A chilling moment. It was a stark reminder that even with all our technology, the wild remained one step ahead. Elias quickly adjusts the controls, breaking contact. The drone lifts higher, ascending rapidly from the river. The drone, battered by an unseen, brewing blizzard, now flew toward the high ridge, domain of the Obsidian Pack. The River King's secret was revealed, but a new challenge awaited. Elias piloted the drone toward the high ridge. The wind was picking up, a fierce, invisible force buffeting the drone, testing the very limits of Project Ghost Eye. The Obsidian Pack was our next elusive target, a family of wolves rumored to have vanished. We knew the stakes were rising. To the naked eye, this was a barren wasteland, a ghost valley. But the Ghost Eye saw deeper.
It saw the unseen currents of life, the hidden strategies playing out beneath the tranquil surface. 6 heat signatures.
The Obsidian Pack. They hadn't vanished. They had simply become invisible to conventional observation. They were orchestrating. This was no chaotic hunt. This was a geometric net, a living algorithm moving with chilling precision. They were hunting elk, and this was not instinct. This was a coordinated military operation, executed with silent, deadly grace. Onyx, the alpha female, the silent commander. Her gaze, sharp and
She doesn't bark, doesn't whimper. She simply looks. Miles away,
her communication without sound. A complex, unspoken language of glances and postures, understood across vast distances. They were herding a massive bull elk, not by a frantic, energy-draining chase, but by cutting off his sensory escape routes. They were using their scent, their very presence, to terrify the prey into a specific canyon, a natural choke point. A kill box. The elk, driven by primal fear, was unwillingly channeling his massive body into the narrow bottleneck. The wolves' complex, unspoken language of glances and postures created a chilling, terrifying pressure.
They were using their scent, their very presence, to terrify the prey into a specific canyon, a natural choke point.
The elk, driven by primal fear, was unwittingly walking into his own demise, guided by an invisible hand.
The elk, a formidable opponent, chose defiance. He backed himself against the immovable cliff.
In a typical documentary, this would be the moment of brutal, chaotic attack. The wolves would charge, risking all.
But the Obsidian Pack was not typical. They were waging a psychological war. They knew the elk's adrenaline-fueled rage.
They knew it wouldn't last. They were waiting for his lactic acid to build up, for exhaustion to claim him. The drone hangs there, a silent judge, witnessing this terrifying intelligence. Minutes stretch into an agonizing eternity. The wolves remain unmoving, their eyes occasionally flicking open, cold and calculating.
The wilderness, when truly unseen, was a master of psychological warfare. Now, the storm.
Elias had a choice: preserve the drone, secure the priceless footage, or risk everything for a moment of natural history never before witnessed. He canceled the auto return. The gamble was made. The van's interior lights pulse with the emergency. Below, something impossible is happening. The Obsidian Pack, abandoning the exhausted elk, are converging. The Titan, abandoning his river and his stockpile, is moving with surprising speed. Both are converging. They were moving toward the same point. A massive bison carcass, a victim of the early cold, lay half buried. A neutral ground, now a collision course. The 6 dark forms of the Obsidian Pack appear, flanking the bear. The drone, buffeted mercilessly, struggles to hold its position. The camera frame tilts wildly.
A 900-pound bear against 6 coordinated killers. The snow swirls, creating a volumetric fog.
Scene 11. The day of return. Blizzard.
Visibility drops to near zero, a blinding vortex of snow and wind. The roaring wind is deafening.
Nature's true fury descended. A force so absolute, it dwarfed even the most primal rivalries. They don't fight. They huddle. Mere yards apart, they share the meager shelter of a valley wall.
The rivalry dissolved. The enemy was no longer each other.
On Elias's screen, the battery indicator flashes a desperate 4%. The drone is fighting a 40-mile-per-hour headwind.
Elias fights the controls, desperate to save the footage. The drone is going to crash. It's too low. The ghost was fading, but the truth had been seen. Elias, heart pounding, rips off his headset. He picks up the damaged device. The tiny SD card blinks defiantly. The data. It was all there. The recovered footage plays. We see the truce in the storm again. The American wilderness is not just alive. It is aware, intelligent, calculated.